Today's A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan podcast is brought to you by
myeternalvitality.com. If you notice yourself feeling tired all the time, no libido, I know we talk about that on the show.
Yeah, we will get into that.
If you brain fog, a lot of these problems are hormone related.
Sure.
For male and female.
Yeah, well, if you're a lady and you are maybe entering premenopause and you're really hot, can't regulate your temperature, maybe you're trying to lose weight, you're exercising and eating very well, but you've just plateaued. My wife was there, Andrea was there, and she started going to see Dr. Powers and his staff, started dialing in her hormones.
Yeah. She got it's like a deodorant bar that you rub on your leg, and then that absorbs in and then slowly balances out your hormones, so they're not off.
It works. I mean, I will say, and TMI, but, a lot of ladies, when it becomes that time of the month, you get... Andrea used to get some cramping that would almost make it so she couldn't even...
Debilitating.
Like she wouldn't even be able to go to the beach or go to now, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So there are benefits in going to Dr. Powers and seeing what he can do to increase your quality of life.
Yeah, and if you're a male, your testosterone levels as you age, the drop, sometimes they can be so low that they're causing all these problems, store fat, no energy, no libido, brain fog, and a little bit of testosterone. And here is bioidentical testosterone, so it's literally the exact same chemical compound that your body makes, and giving yourself a little bit of that a couple times a week, I mean, have really changed a lot of BDM's lives. That emailed me and they're like, man, I didn't realize how good I could feel at my age. And they're like, this is 100% worth it. And here's the thing, the consultation's free once you go in to see Dr. Powers. Like, of course, the blood test that you have to take to see if your levels are off or even off. And that's the good thing about Dr. Powers. He's not a salesman.
No.
He just wants to make people feel better.
Talking to him is free. You might have to pay for the blood test. You will.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to pay for your tests and stuff like that. But just to go and talk to him and see if it's a right fit for you is no big deal.
Nutrition coaching as well, peptide therapy. He does a lot, and his team does a really good job. So if you want to dial in all of your health, just go and talk to him. It's free. Dr. Powers at myeternalvitality.com.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, and welcome to, this is we did one of these, was it 2 months ago? Almost 2 months ago, I feel like. But welcome to another Tom and Dan talk to a professional with their wives. Free therapy show.
Is that what we're calling free relationship therapy with Colette?
We're all in this together, more alike than we are different. Free therapy with Colette.
Colette's here. How you doing, Colette?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Very good to see you. How you been?
I've been good.
Last we saw you, you were world traveling. You were over in Italy?
Yes, I was in Sicily meeting the new Pope. And that was a lot of fun. But recently I've been...
Oh, and you met the new Pope?
I mean, not exactly, but I was in the environment when he arrived.
Yeah, it counts. It still counts.
He should have met with me.
Just leave it alone.
How the hell
leave it alone.
I was like, how the hell did you pull that off?
He does seem more accessible, this one.
The Pope? Yeah.
Yes, maybe he needs some therapy. You never know.
Well, he's an American.
Yeah.
I feel like...
this is the Chi-Town Pope, right?
He owes us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, so Colette, of course, is our neighbor.
Yes.
A licensed therapist or relationship expert.
Yeah, she does. Give us or give our listeners like kind of a slice of all the different types of therapy you provide.
Yeah, so I specialize in couples therapy. I do intensives where I'll work with a couple for 1, 2, or 3 days, all day, every day. Or I do regular. I know. I know the reaction from the crowd. Yes, but
That's awful. 45 minutes at the most, once a month.
That's my standard
Yeah.
session weekly is 50 minutes.
Yeah.
But you'd be amazed how much you can get done in a couple of days with a couple who's really motivated. You can get 6 months of therapy done in a couple of days.
Can you do telemedicine?
I do telehealth also. I meet with people on
Why don't we all just do telemedicine everywhere?
It doesn't work for therapy. Not for me. It doesn't. Yeah.
You don't like doing it via video?
I've done it once, and
Okay.
there's a disconnect there where I can't feel the energy of the human. All things that Tom doesn't believe in, but that real human energy, the look of your eyes, me connecting my eyes to your eyes, that feeling. I do it to Crystal too. I do it to Andrea. When I talk to people, I stare into their eyes, and maybe it's weird, but I need that.
I
I
agree.
need that
There's
eyeball
something
energy.
about the energy of person to person.
I have to have it, and I'm like that. I'm old school. Like if you're talking like an intern, if we're doing like an interview, I want to do all that stuff in person.
Yeah, I like in person better too, but I will say the telehealth thing has really helped give access to therapy. I can meet with somebody who's anywhere in the state. So it's a good thing in a lot of ways. And of course, during COVID, for a while, that was the only way I did therapy. So I learned how to make it just as effective. But I agree with you, Dan, in person, just in general for people, that's always my preference.
Also, how are you going to sleep with your therapist via telemedicine?
Oh my God. Okay, now we're...
You can't do that.
If I was a therapist, I'd do all telehealth. I'd have 5 telehealths going on at one time.
You just said that you can't do 2 things at once. You just said
Yeah, but he
that.
can scam.
I'm
He
just
can scam
listening.
people. Yeah.
And then whatever, if someone's like, are you listening? I'm like, yeah. And then they're like,
Are you on
looking at the
another?
wrong screen.
Are you on another telemedicine right now?
I heard you. You're crying. What's
Yeah,
up?
I was listening.
Communication. That's all it's about.
You said your husband slapping you around. I got the gist.
Yeah. Anyway, Crystal Van's here. How you doing, Crystal?
Hey.
I'm doing okay.
What's wrong? What's wrong? Why is Crystal so
She's
mad
irritated
at
at me.
I should have been prepared that Colette. I didn't know Colette was going to be here.
Oh, what
Nobody
does it matter?
told me that.
Why'd you go?
I only learned this morning.
Did you
Don't
hear
worry,
him?
I'm not gonna
This is
psychoanalyze.
about Dan and Andrea this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is
Not
about me and
us.
Andrea.
Yeah, this is about, I can't wait for
You're
this.
not in the hot seat.
He's been excited all week for this.
Daniel only told me Colette was going to be here this morning.
Because I'm learning from my business partner that things that are uncomfortable are better launched 5 minutes before they happen. You taught me. Did you teach me that?
Yeah.
We should talk. I do want to talk to her about that, actually.
Look how happy. Well, you're allowed. I mean, but it's because we're talking about it right now. You might as well while you have the floor. But yes, he has taught me, because I'm not good with that sometimes if something is a little difficult, that certain people do require you to launch it quick. That way they can be like not mad, instead of mad for 3 months. Does that make sense?
Is that what Tom does? He tells you
Yeah,
last
if
minute?
it's bad news, he'll tell me at the last minute.
Yeah, that's
Or
what you've
not
always
bad
done.
news, but like
Makes
something
perfect
he
sense.
knows.
And you taught me how to do that. Thank you for that. Thank you. Off to a great start.
It makes perfect sense.
It's one of the only things you've taught me that I've really practiced.
But
that
if
one.
she's telling you she doesn't like that,
I want to be prepared,
Right.
so I can accept and then be happy with the situation.
But I think I know better. I think I know what's better for you.
Yeah.
You know what's better for her.
It's why I order for my wife at all restaurants. You know, don't want you getting fat.
All right. So again,
Off to a horrible.
We already have had
Off to
many
a really
Thursday
It's not about us. We're good.
Yeah. You guys are off the clock
Are
today.
ya?
This is about me and
Yeah.
and what was your name again? Andrea. This is about me and Andrea.
So now Colette's in here, and we start even.
Look how
before
happy he is. He can't even get his first question out.
Before the show started, I walked into a conversation about Colette asking you why you're turning into a homeless man. And then you started to explain it, and she's like, "Wow!"
And this happens 3 times a day.
You came up with a challenge for yourself.
Do you
out of
know
nowhere.
our neighbor who is a taller man? He wears He's wearing a lot of athletic equipment. He's like older, taller, and you'll just see him walking his dog back and forth. He is one of our neighbors. I've met this gentleman.
I've never met him.
No less than, I bet you've seen him. If I could like materialize a photo of him, you'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen that guy walk. I have seen this guy and said hi to him no less than 50 times since being here. I went over there to the mailbox. I see him all the time at the mailbox. He hasn't seen me in a minute. I had on a blue Marcus King hat that sort of looks like a mail hat. He looked at me and said, oh, I can move if you want to feel all the mail. He thought I was the mailman. He thought I was the mailman. And I've said hi to this guy like 50 times. He thought
But have you said hi to him looking like this 50 times?
No, I haven't seen him in a minute.
It's like you're wearing a disguise.
I don't think he looks that different.
I don't think so
You see him
either.
every day. That guy saw Daniel like, when he's, had a tight beard, not
Most
long hair.
people say it's pretty drastic change.
And then,
Most people
and
say
then,
I went from
Daniel described
chubbier
it-
boy band member to now just full blown,
Mailman?
mailman. I'm a full blown. I'm like
you look like Castaway,
Yeah.
like you've been on an island. Anyway, so Colette, Andrea and Daniel, how long have you guys been married? 20 years? I don't know.
No, I think it's been 16.
No, we went through 15 years this year.
Oh, okay.
We're working on 16.
No, but hey, that's pretty good.
We've been
We're on
together
16.
20 years. So.
Yeah.
And
When I met you, you were 7.
Oh my gosh.
so
8. No, when? How old were you?
21.
21. Yeah, she was very young.
Wow.
And I was, and all of you shamed me when I met her for being an older man.
He's only 7 years older than me.
Yeah, but you still get people like, oh yeah, the intern down at Magic 107.7. Look at this guy.
Well, yeah, because she was the intern, and Andrew's always been, kind of innocent.
Yeah,
let's say
very
like
naive. Very naive.
I don't think I'm naive. I think I'm
Not naive,
you
just
are.
innocent.
Yeah. You didn't even know what anal sex was. You have no idea.
Oh, my
You don't know what naive in the bedroom.
Yeah, and we've known you as a rotten.
Yeah. All right then. Hey, you are right then.
So I was like, don't rotten her up.
And I have.
Bro.
I've stunk her up good.
Anyway, so
I've rottened her up real good.
so let's talk about your relationship. Colette,
Yeah.
I'll let you lead it because I don't know.
Well,
I don't want to go from there.
Well, wait a minute.
It's crazy. Get ready for this, though. It's crazy.
And what happens next will blow your mind.
but wait, is this true that she was the intern when you first met?
Not my intern.
Not his.
Okay,
Down
okay.
the way that radio stations.
Colette didn't like that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
it
that's how
happens.
monsters get it in. It's the tale as old as time.
Yeah, I actually met her on an island. They were flying around.
my
Yeah,
God.
it
I
was-
might have been
It was crazy.
getting paid by that time.
Yeah.
I started as an intern. So
Okay.
at the radio station, there were 7 stations, but it was like a world away. He was like a world away. We actually met because, doing morning radio, you go out to the wing house at 11 o'clock because you're done for the day.
And
so,
your main producer
Yep.
was friends with me and Tom, and so we would invite him out to lunch with us, and then you would tag along.
Because
Well,
I was
that's
like,
how we met.
I was a college kid, and
Yeah.
so I would just hang out. And then Daniel was really drunk and said, "You ought to go out with me."
Yeah, that's how it started.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
So
And that's
what-
how it's going to end.
You want to bury me? Kick me in a hole.
So what was it about each other that attracted you to one another beyond looks?
So Daniel has a fantastic personality. We actually bonded at the Wing House over a Faith No More, which is a song. We talked about it because I was a huge Faith No More fan. So
You
it
don't
was
think
Daniel.
Colette's cool enough to know who Faith No More is? You have to
I
have to
actually
preface.
don't know who
Oh, okay,
Faith No
good.
More is.
Good preface then.
I'm not cool enough.
Yeah.
No, so-
Excellent preface.
Yeah, so we just talked and then just ended up talking for a long time after that. And what was it, our second date? I passed out for 5.5 hours because I drank too much. And
then
the rest
and then
is
you
history.
basically stopped drinking because of that.
Yep.
And then,
But our parents knew each other before we were born.
Oh, wow.
So, fun fact. And
Yeah, same small town, DeLand, we both grew up in.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
our parents knew each other before. And then we moved to Orlando and got these jobs without even knowing.
Yeah, and
but
I mean,
this is all. We got to get to the good, the bad stuff.
Hold on, are you going to gloss over the part where you passed out, or Daniel brought you back to his house
I
and
did.
bathed you?
I did.
but he was he was a gentleman.
Yeah. Tell this story. You know what? This is
Did you take your clothes off?
Oh, I did.
So,
Oh yeah, I did. Oh boy, you
All right,
have
I
no
love
idea.
this story.
Nobody,
Let's hear
you know
it.
what? You know the best part of this story is that truthfully nobody knows what happened that day except for me.
Oh my gosh.
so it was.
I know.
It was. And
That's why you brought it up.
It was like a Sunday afternoon Orlando Predators game, and we all went to Latitudes afterwards. And
A
it was
little
Love
known
Latitudes.
superstar by DTB, Drunky the Bear, had gotten you VIP everything
well,
that
it was
day.
like 3-for-1.
You better thank this man for getting you VIP everything.
The old Latitudes 3-for-1.
It was 3-for-1s, and
How many women ended up women, but like how because of lightweights? I'm thinking just like stereotypically, how many people did 3-for-1s kill?
Well, it's funny. You're like, I would like one beer. I'll give you 3.
right. It was-
And then you just go up again, like to hand that to your friend and be like, one more, there's 3 more. you
Oh,
know?
that blacked out.
Yeah.
And I think I blacked out
You
at
did.
3 o'clock in the afternoon because I woke up at Daniel's house in Deltona. So this was Latitudes.
Yeah.
I woke up at his house. I mean, it could have been a very bad situation at 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, oh, okay. So what happened? Thankfully he was a gentleman. I woke up in an I Shot
You don't know
Tupac
that.
shirt.
You woke up in
Daniel.
different clothes.
I woke up in different clothes because I had I had puked all over Daniel's truck. He sold it the next week.
I did. I'm very materialistic. I got to get rid of that. I had to get rid of that truck. It stunk. Oh
Scott
my
York
God.
helped take me home as well.
Yep. Scott York. Scott was instrumental to like basically saving your life. You know,
Yeah.
like he even got one of the bar backs to carry you down the stairs.
The
like
back
he got
stairs.
like he got
Oh,
like a
man,
big.
that thing was on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, and we had to carry her
Those
down.
3-for-1s killed people by pushing them down the stairs.
You that's what 50 Cent says he's going to do to old Dave Blunt. You had a gray corduroy miniskirt on.
Yes.
I'm testing my
It's
memory.
white, but
More white?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, classy. White corduroy miniskirt.
So, Colette, I'll fast forward a little bit just because I'll give you an overall picture of that. Andrea was. This was maybe your second boyfriend at the time.
Yeah.
She
She had never had any sexual partners.
yeah.
Very just all about like
Studious. I was very
Yeah.
nerdy, very studious, very driven, and fiercely independent. My mother is fiercely independent, so I am fiercely independent. I
love
and
that.
I was
and
just
so
like,
is our daughter. Like,
and
it's
so
like same
I actually
person.
told him when we were like dating, he was kind of like, I don't know if I want to be in this relationship. I was like, okay. I mean, I'm here, but and so
That's awesome.
And I was like, okay, whatever you want to do.
That's an awesome response.
And it honestly was more. It made it more attractive.
I bet.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
100%.
Yeah.
I can remember that. I can remember that your answer actually kind of flipped me upside down a little bit because I had been just bang crazy, and
So you're like, wait, you're not after me?
right. Yeah. What? You're not interested in me at all,
Or you don't
And-
care that much, right?
Yeah.
If I'm here or not here. It
So
doesn't
anybody
really
that
matter.
says that doesn't work, you're lying. It absolutely will work.
I mean, I was a college kid, so I was like, well, if you don't want to date me, I'm at UCF. There's
You're very easygoing in that she doesn't let my bad time, because normally I would say in our relationship, if a bad time is created, it's by me. If I'm being very honest.
You're the one who has more intense moods or variability.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he can.
She's the easygoing
Yeah.
one.
the most.
He
the
can
most
sit
easygoing.
in a trench and like stew,
That's
and
my
I'm
Tom.
like,
I mean, she's very.
And I'm like, let's-
I see things line up with her where they say things that are very logical and very similar.
Okay.
Wow. Very similar
Right.
sometimes.
So your work marriage and your home marriage
It's
have
pretty
a
similar.
mirrored element.
Sex is better here. I'll say that. Sex is better with this guy because this guy's a tank. He'll give it to you.
But no, yeah, and so yeah, Daniel, like he'll sit in a trench for hours, and I'm like the type that I'm like, okay, we got to build the ladder and get out of this trench. Like I'm not going to stew on it, and even like if we have fights, I'm like, can we just like get over it? Like say our piece if we're not going
And
to
I'm
agree.
not a get over it.
He's
I'm
a circle talker.
I'm a let's run it around one more time
Really?
because I'm just going to be honest with
Yeah.
you. Let's run it around one more time because I don't know if I've hurt you enough.
Ooh.
So when you're,
Do you guys want honesty, or do you want me?
no, it's good.
It's
It's
being
good.
serious.
And it's good that you're aware of that. Tom's like, I am uncomfortable already.
If I'm the therapist, I'm like, I already know who's the problem here.
Morgan Wallen. Everybody knows. It's so easy.
But wait,
So
I have
easy.
a question about this, though. The scenario you're talking about where
Yeah.
you might run over it again because I haven't hurt you enough. It sounds like you're in a protective state, like something's happened that's hurt you. And now the way you cope with that is to stew and maybe lash out a little.
My coping mechanisms are trash. Straight
I
up.
mean, yeah,
they are.
And do you know that that's what's happening while it's happening?
I do now.
Okay.
And I catch it now.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
but he just kind of
hard.
sometimes sees red and he
Yeah.
can't, break the focus on that. But I will tell you, so before I was in a relationship with Daniel, he was cheated on like 3 times.
Yeah.
And even after 20 years, I still think he, is having to deal with those he thinks he has to handle our relationship the same way that he handled those, and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, we've been
Which
together
is
20 years.
insane.
But that's actually really normal. I'm so glad you said that because that happens to people a lot. So there are people listening right now who are going to say, "Oh my God, I relate to that." It's relational trauma. It's relational PTSD. Once you've really been hurt deeply and being cheated on. I mean, I was cheated on multiple times, but in 2 significant relationships where it was devastating. I've been in a secure relationship a long time. If something happens that even remotely reminds me of the feelings I felt, like activates that fear of abandonment, it's right back.
I got a little hot even just talking about this. Like thinking about that, you go back to that point and you're like, I'm still like it's hard to explain because you don't want to say that you're still mad about it because that gives it like validation and makes it bigger than it really is. But yeah, I don't know. I've always had that problem. To me, it always feels like, I talked to my therapist about this. It feels like I have a huge problem with people getting over on me. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you think you got over on me? Well, now I have.
You want to burn it down, and I'm like, we don't need to go there.
I have to go full revenge now. I have to go.
You love revenge.
That is
That's
in. I do,
protective part.
and it is in there because I think because I'm searching for that chemical dump that feels so good, and that's just not.
Sometimes
momentarily.
Yeah, and
reactionary. I'm very sensitive, emotional, and reactionary.
I'm like, why are you making a mountain out of this when it is honestly a blip on the
and you'll say that now, which I appreciate because sometimes, much like our dog gets, like yesterday, he's like chasing lizards outside, and we were yelling for him to come in. And it wasn't that he
was so locked in.
Yeah, it was like he was locked into it. And once you like really screamed his name, he just looked up and he's like, oh, I got to go inside. And he went immediately in.
It's a great analogy.
I think hold on, I'll put the camera on me. Great analogy. It's as good as a great question, right? Doesn't that count? I feel like that counts. You will say that now, and it'll break me. And then sometimes I'll just be like, well, then let me go be alone and like pout, I guess, until I can get it out of my system.
Yeah.
I hate it. I don't like that I'm like that. I don't like that is who I am. But I think I understand that the trade out of being very in tune with my emotions and being able to like navigate them quickly, with that comes a little more like on the opposite end of things, some I don't want to say negativity, but like it's harder to control.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's a part of you. It's not all of you. It's just, you're getting activated into a certain state at certain times. So it is important to accept that that's part of the deal and to just have awareness of it because it probably doesn't have to be so hard or intense for you. What I love hearing, though, is it doesn't sound like this affects you too deeply. Like it sounds to me like you're able to take it in stride and go, that's just Dan having his moment, and it's not my responsibility to pull him out of it.
I had to therapy helped me with that. Like, and when I went to my therapist, she was like, you can like visit him in the trench, but you don't need to sit there. And so I think we've kind of learned over the years that.
But he's down there screaming.
I'm like,
I can't ignore it. He's driving me crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, like
burying. I can't live like this.
Sometimes I leave him down there, but a question for you is like Daniel.
Oh, she leaves me down there all the time. You left me down there last week. We had a moment or something was happening.
Yeah.
But you know what? It works because I understand it. And I understand that she's doing something for herself. And then I'm like, oh, And then it, like almost when you disconnect yourself from me, it actually helps me a little bit, I think.
Yeah. But I have a question for you. So Daniel's baseline anxiety is probably like my top anxiety. I am like down here and pretty most of the time cool, level headed, and so we are very disconnected in that way in anxiety, and I think that is maybe what causes some tension. So how do you deal with people that are on that different level, like different baselines?
Yeah, I think, and when it comes to anxiety in particular, emotions are contagious. So if you're living with someone intimately, even if you're super chill and you know intellectually, okay, it's not my job to manage my partner's mood. I mean, we want to be responsive and caring and supportive, but at the same time, couples get in trouble when they're too enmeshed and they feel like they have to keep their partner in a happy spot. So again, that's what you're doing well. But at the same time, it affects your mood.
It does.
To be around somebody who's in an activated state, or at the same time, if somebody's really down because of that contagion. So it really does come down also to communication and being able to share. I know, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Tom, but being able to share, hey, this is how this is impacting me. This is what I'm seeing and experiencing. Like, for example, it's one thing, people can present their anxiety in different ways. So if you're feeling really anxious and telling your partner, hey, I'm just going through a hard time today, my whole system just feels really up, I need some space or whatever, you're communicating well and telling somebody what's going on with you. If you're taking your anxiety out on that person you're with, that's another thing. And that is going to have an even bigger impact. So I think for you, it's being in tune with, and it sounds like you are, how he's impacting you. And are there things that may be impacting you more than he might realize? And being able to say, hey, you know, when you do this behavior, or when you didn't speak to me for 5 hours, I'm just making this up, right? Like I felt really alone.
So can I give you an example?
You'd wish for me not to talk to you for 5 hours.
I can't wait to tell Colette all the stuff I remember for years of the show that you're missing.
Air it all out.
My example. So last
They're popping with examples.
Oh, so many examples.
So last night, Daniel couldn't find his sunglasses. These are brand new sunglasses. He really likes his sunglasses. He looked in the car.
I like sunglasses.
He looked in the car, and then he was like, hey, I think they're at the studio. I'm going to run over there, and I'm going to check. Well, me and my daughter got a little anxious because we were trying to anticipate his mood. If they're not at the studio,
he's gonna go. He's gonna rage crazy.
Somebody's gonna get slapped around.
So we got a little nervous, and then
watch out, Dansby, because it's kicking time.
And then it's like.
No, I'm
5
joking.
minutes and 10 minutes, and he's not back home. And then it's like 15 minutes. And me and my daughter were debating, like, do we text him and say, hey, like, because is he looking for them? Is he like raging?
And so, you don't know what's happening.
Is he raging?
I'm raging. I'm with a bunch of college kids raging.
We were pretty nervous. And so finally I was like, hey.
Oh, I like when your family's scared.
Like, what's going on? And then he all he was doing was playing pinball here. But yet we're at home, higher anxiety because we don't know if he's found the... So the thing about communication, as long as he told us...
pinball.
Yeah, he should have just said, hey, I need you to, like, over-communicate just... to make sure we're...
That's real crazy, right?
What
How psycho is this guy, man?
Because usually I just yelled it out and
But it really is that what people think of as over communicating is actually really communicating, because when we don't know, our mind fills in the blank with something more. It's a negativity bias. It's survival wiring. So you saying, you know, if you've seen him react poorly before when he's upset about something, if he hadn't found the sunglasses, then you're on a state of high alert.
Yeah, I've set a precedent for that. Like, I definitely have. We couldn't
do anything at home until we knew where he,
which
like,
is
what
sad,
he was.
right? Like that's a sad thing to think about, you know, because it's really not, and it wasn't even to me in that instance, that big of a deal,
right?
But to them, it was because of a pattern of behavior. That's not good.
Exactly.
You know? I mean, that's why I'm trying to work on things.
It's sad, but kind of funny.
But I think it's a great opportunity for growth to realize.
Is that a short? Are you calling me short? I'm joking.
that when you are upset about something, it's great to be sensitive. It's okay even if you know you have a reactive personality, but you live in relationship. So the way you react when you're upset, when you're hurt, when you're angry, has an impact on your wife and daughter.
Yeah,
and can you be true to your emotions, but also be cognizant of the impact they have on the people you love the
And
most?
I think it's hardest for people that are reactionary, and I know there's other people listening to this that are,
reactionary.
but it's
Me too.
it's hard because it doesn't come, to me at least, and I try to, I will say I know I've gotten better at it, but like that give it a beat, that I look at Tom and he has it, and I look at him and I'm envious of it. I'm like, oh my God, look at how he can like take in that information. It's like I don't even think that's affecting his blood pressure in any way. Look at him how he's downloading that, and he's thinking about what he wants to do, and he made a decision, and he didn't even sweat. Like
it's like holding in a sneeze. You're just pushing it down.
Because I can hear something as simple as
Somebody can cut you off in traffic, and he will lean over and like honk for me, and I'm like,
yeah. You need to. Well, no, you gotta get. You can't let people get over. You can't let people get over on you.
No, they did something wrong.
Thank you.
They're very similar.
In our society is going to let everybody know they did something wrong if it's not for me and you.
That's my real wife right there. That's my dog right there.
No, if you guys
That's what I'm
it
saying.
would just be, no.
Like I will, and it is terrible. And since you mentioned it, I will not do it again. And I will have Colette hold me to it. I promise to no longer, when people are driving like insane maniacs around you, I will not lean over and beep the horn for you.
I confess I've done that as well.
I do it all the time.
It's terrible.
I'm like, why aren't you telling this person how terrible they are?
Hey, Daniel, guess what? You can say you're going to do that, but it's instinctual.
But it is.
It's in my blood, man.
You can't. If I'm a hot-headed New York Italian girl, like I am super reactionary naturally, I still have my moments, but I'm light years from where I was when I was younger.
So you had to put in reps. You had to put in time.
Yes, you have to train your brain because some of it really is genetic, the way your personality is wired. There's state anger and trait anger. So state anger is when you become angry by the situation and some kind of stimulus. Trait anger is when you're sort of pre-wired. And there are people like that, right? Where they're just pissed off all the time. They're easily pissed off. They're so quick to anger. And I'm not even saying that's you or me, but some of this is biologically wired in. So it's harder for some people to resist the urge to honk the horn than it is for others. But the point I'm making is anyone can improve that.
So you're saying I'm handicapped? Well, we're both handicapped. I knew this.
You're born that way. He's born that way.
Thank you.
No, but she said they can improve on it.
Anyone can improve it.
It's like being less gay. How do you do that? You're born the way you are.
And who would want to be less gay? If anything, be more gay.
You can't change it.
It is not like being less gay at all. In fact, it is the opposite.
No, I'm just mean you. Whatever you're born like, that's all you've got.
But that's what people say. I hate to say it, but that's what people say.
Whatever you're born with, that's what
and
you
this
got.
is who I am. And that is not who you are. Your reactions are not who you are.
True.
They can change.
True. And I've gotten better, we do openly talk about this. Let's talk about, because I want to make sure we stuff a lot of the stuff that really bothers us in here, because it is free. No, I'm kidding. The overhelping versus my
Yes, I'm a innate helper. I want to help. I try to anticipate what helping is needed. So
I need help.
Write that down. Write that help.
And he thinks it's considered overhelping. And yes, there are some situations that may be overhelping.
What's the hover? You know, like if she tells me to go do something, right? And then I'll go to do it, and I'm actively doing it. And then she actually actively will come over and almost like she puts her body in my body and then does it, but she does it correctly. Now, I'm going to throw a little bit of blame on me for maybe not doing it her way, and damn, does she set the bar really high for her way. Does that make sense? Like, it's a lot.
Well, just let her do everything. It's fine.
I don't think she likes it. No, I don't think she likes it. But you do some of it to yourself, and then I try to like maneuver my way of thinking in there. And somebody who does Andrea is extremely capable human. And she can run and do a ton of things at a very high level. And I want to do things too, but I don't
at a low level.
Because I'm low. I'm tiny. I'm a tiny guy. And I feel like sometimes she'll zip in and like get inside me and then do it her way because she knows that her way is better and she is more capable in doing
And
those.
sometimes I just want it done then.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
you take forever to do it. But a perfect example of what he perceives as overhelping, but it was last week. I knew he had a late night. Maisie had daughter had an early dance day, so we made. Oh, I was actually going out with some of the dance moms, and we made dinner ahead of time. So when he came home, he could eat, and she could eat.
But I didn't like that.
But he didn't like that
because nobody told me that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
even though I did text you, but he didn't see the text
I wasn't
all day.
on my phone. But it was like so in a weird way. It was like I was
being forced into this.
This is the part that Tom will say makes me crazy, and I'm completely okay with it because it sounds.
This is the part.
So he came home to a cooked hot meal.
It does sound crazy to me, but here's the problem. It's like I wanted to come home. I thought I was going to come home and cook with Maisie. And I guess I wasn't.
You were too late.
Yeah, I was too late.
Do that.
She was going to go to dinner. I was running late. Then hearing that my dinner was already made and ready, like I felt like it raised my anxiety level to like an uncontrollable point where I felt like, well, I got to get home now because they made this, and I felt like my heart was linked on that because Maisie and Andrea did this, and they did this nice thing for me, but I didn't necessarily want them to do it, which is a really horrible thing.
And then you're obligated. No,
yeah,
I think
and then
that's
so
normal.
I was trying to navigate traffic to get home as fast as humanly possible, but in a way that I didn't want to because I would have rather just had nothing there and then just slowly driven home. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
Making your dinner raise your anxiety.
I know.
He felt like he had to rush
I
home,
get
and I'm
it.
like,
I
no,
know.
it's going to be warm.
I understand.
Yeah, it's anxiety.
But
That's
it is,
anxiety.
it's the condition or whatever I have. God, I'm even triggering myself right now telling this story. I'm starting to F and sweat. There's something in my head where knowing that I really wanted to be there and have the dinner hot and thank you guys for doing it and everything, and I appreciated the gesture, but it went off the rails because then I was just, I don't know, I couldn't compute it.
It's just anxiety.
But
That's anxiety.
Okay.
That
But
makes
he
perfect
thinks
sense.
I'm over helping, and you know, maybe I am, but I'm trying to. Again, I think it goes back to trying to anticipate, like, him coming home and not eating anything. But I'm trying to I want him to eat.
Well, I think in that
you're so
example,
sweet.
it's a genuine gesture. And because your brain may run more anxious, hearing something that you didn't anticipate, then you start to put your own pressure on yourself of what that means that you have to do. Because it's also possible to, regardless of her expectations, go home, not eat the dinner later, right? All those things
and I
are
didn't care. I was like, eat it or don't eat it. But
Well, here's the part we need to double back to. So she doesn't care, right?
Right.
But everything, the war is going on
Exactly.
in this the rotten pumpkin on the top of my body. Like
Yes.
it is because I would like to have been the person, and I'm trying to work to be the person where she texts me, hey, we made your dinner. A simple, hey, thank you so much, I'm on my way, is all that's needed.
Right.
And can I stop the rats from running around in the rotten pumpkin? I can't right now.
But
Can I be
also-
the therapist for a second?
Yeah.
All right. These seem like not real problems.
All right, that helps. That always helps.
We gotta be cool. Let her
but
do
it
the
did.
thing.
Listen,
What the fuck?
But it always helps.
What the hell you doing?
Do you know what helps every
Go home, eat your
situation?
dinner. Shut the fuck up. I'm joking.
Dismissiveness is always very helpful. Your feelings don't matter.
But this caused
I'm joking.
It caused a large problem for us.
did.
Well, how did?
You know?
But that's what I'm curious about. How did the problem play out? Because I think, to your point, Tom, in and of itself, first of all, this is the stuff that people talk about. These are the kind of things.
Well,
that
it feels
get
stupid.
people-
It felt like such a stupid thing, and that's why I'm glad we're mentioning it because it's a dumb. We're fighting over something good. Number one,
And we're fighting through text.
and we're fighting through text.
I hate the text
And it
fight.
wasn't even really
Just
a fight, but it wasn't good. But it was like none of that had to happen, and that's the trough.
But what was the bad part? Like, what happened in the text? Because so far, I'm just hearing you were anxious, you felt pressure.
I was trying to explain to her how I felt. No, I guess we didn't start yelling at each other, but it just didn't. You didn't get the glory you wanted from helping, and I didn't receive the gift in a way that
I'm like,
that was
we
good.
made your kid made you dinner and just be grateful for it. And I was
I was grateful
right,
for
and I
it,
just
but-
didn't understand why he was coming at me like
Okay, that
I'm not,
part.
You know,
That
Yeah,
part.
and it did feel very.
What's the coming? How were you coming at her? Like, you're anxious about, I need to get home and do this thing that I didn't really want to do. And then what? Do you say, why did you make me dinner? Or what are you doing?
I said, and I
Okay.
can see how, because I said, this puts a lot of pressure on me to get home.
There you go.
And then I'm
There
blaming
you
her
go.
for it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Bingo.
and that's not right.
That's the only part of it that's the problem. Otherwise, it's just as simple, hey, I felt some anxiousness inside, or I put some pressure on myself to get home and eat dinner right away, but I know you did a nice thing for me. Thanks so much. And also that it's possible to say, you know
I
what?
can't do that.
Yeah, you
It's
can.
so hard to do that.
You can.
It's so hard to just be like, thank you. And then just,
Don't say
it's
anything.
not for me. I know, it's so hard for me.
But you can also talk about the anxiety that happens in a way that's not blaming her, and
Yes.
it won't lead to an argument, and it won't make her feel bad, because you can't help being anxious, but you can help what you do with the anxiousness.
And I can definitely guide, if it's my anxiousness, I can certainly try not to guide it onto you. You know
well,
what I
and
mean?
it's so hard for me to understand that anxious because I don't have that. And I'm like, dude, what? Like, this is crazy.
Right, but the best thing you
She
can
said
do...
that about, like, if you, I mean, like, honestly, if you heard the number of
disregard
times that my real wife and my work wife call me crazy, it's pretty high.
I didn't call you crazy. I just said that, like, this is crazy that you would, like, think
I know.
this way. And so, and I want to be sympathetic.
But that's a good example
but
because it
does-
is something that's extremely hard to explain, and I'm sure that at least half, maybe even more, will hear that example and be just like Tom and be like,
But more than 60% of people have anxiety. So a surprising number of people are going to relate to what you're saying, even if they don't talk about it to other people.
Well,
and I think you'll find that if you are not firing it at her like a blaming statement, then your empathy for that and ability to validate it are going to increase.
But if I don't blame her, how does she understand that she did wrong?
Now we have a second problem.
Okay, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, let's take a quick break.
Yeah, man.
Just so we don't go too long.
Yeah.
And when we come back...
Can we talk about sex when we come back?
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, all right.
Oh, yeah.
That's a yeah. We'll be right back.
Streamline Mortgage Solutions, streamlineflorida.com is a website. When you go there, click on the Tom and Dan logo. Underneath that is Brian Zeimel's cell phone number. You could text or call him at any time. Tell him you're a BDM. He's helped out hundreds of BDMs with their mortgages.
Where are we at even with rates right now? I mean, like, if you're clueless like I am, it would probably just be... call Brian, right? And be like, okay, what are we doing here?
No, because we both refied with him already.
Yeah.
He'll call us
Okay,
when
that's
it's a
even
good
better.
time to
That's
refi.
better.
And that's
better.
what I want to tell everybody. If you already refied with Brian or done any mortgage with him, he'll let you know. He'll give you a call. He saves all this. He's got you on the spreadsheets. And when mortgage rates go below the rate you got it, he'll call you and be like, hey, refi, you could save a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to look at it. And even if you haven't worked with him, just call him up, have him put your email, give him some information.
Get on the books, man.
Yeah, and then he'll contact you when it's a good time to refi, because that's part of the business of life. That's how rich people get richer, is they refi. They use legal business practices to do the best they can for themselves
They stay
and their
on top
families.
of their finances and their business.
Yeah, but Brian will do that for you, so you don't have to stay on top of mortgage rates or remember what rate you had it on. He'll know, and he'll contact you just like
the
you did.
listeners know I don't know nothing about that. They know that.
And that's why it's awesome to work with Brian Zeimel and his team over at Streamline Florida, because they'll do the work for you. Give him a call. Contact him. His cell phone number is right there at streamlineflorida.com. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are joined today by our lovely wives and by our neighbor, Colette, who is a counselor, and she specializes in relationship therapy. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
This is great because Daniel and I have never done like a couples therapy.
No, really?
We've done separate therapy because I had trauma from when my brother passed away and Daniel, his parents passed away. So we've done separate ones, but never.
Not together. This is your first rodeo sitting with a couples therapist. I love it.
Let me give you some advice. See, you have to get the therapist to back you and to attack
I can
your
do that.
spouse.
I know I can do that.
You
I
have to
don't think
manipulate
Colette
manipulate them into.
I know I can do that.
Through versions of gaslighting and
shades of the
false memories.
It's Shades of Truth. Which is my new autobiography coming out very, very soon. Dan Dennis, Shades of Truth.
Slip her a note or something? So
no, you don't need to. I use very complex manipulative mind tricks.
So before we get into sex, since Crystal's not here, I want to get her. So Daniel has lost both of his parents, and he is the only child. So what do you see? With
fuck me up real good, Colette.
Right, in that kind of way. In relationships, I think I have a sibling. If I wanted to go and say, "Oh, this guy is driving me crazy," like he doesn't have that person or a friend to go to, because Tom's not going to listen to our relationship.
I didn't know we were going to talk about this one, but I'm glad you brought it up because we made a little list of things to mention. But I think about this would be a real sad one. I think about my mom and dad every single day.
I bet.
Like when I wake up, when I go to bed. Like there isn't a moment that I don't. They were too important to me.
How old were you when you lost them?
I lost my dad at when we got married, so
2009.
Yeah.
And then his mom just 5 years ago during 2020.
Yeah, so it hasn't been, Dad
and
was
they weren't,
16, 17 years ago.
And it was pretty sudden. Like
both of them
were,
the weird thing about
unexpected.
Both of them were like, go to the hospital dead.
Ooh.
Like that kind of a thing. So it is a weird level of sadness that I bring to the family, and it sucks because sometimes I don't know. Do you want to add to that?
No,
at
it's
all?
just and I think sometimes I'm like, did something, are you thinking about something, or there's something that is going on, whether it was work or he's thinking about his parents that you're bringing home and taking out on me, because this can't be just because I put the toilet paper on the wrong way, or just
so you sent some of that sadness.
By the way, please don't make people think that I've yelled at you for putting the toilet paper.
No. That was just an example.
That was some example she invented in her brain. I have never done that.
I came kind of quick.
I saw her flinch.
Every quick joke has a realistic.
I saw her act like she was dodging a punch when she said that.
Yeah, Dan's like, I'll take responsibility, but only when it's true.
I'll take responsibility for being cuckoo bananas, but that one
give her the wrong towel.
But what you're describing is an existential issue, an existential sadness that a lot of people go through. When you lose your parents, you feel unmoored in the world, in a sense.
Rudderless,
I've even had clients in their 80s who talk about feeling like an orphan without their parents in the world. So I think we have this
in their
idea.
80s. Do you just how long do you expect to live for?
I think
do you understand life?
They don't expect them to be alive, but they still feel the loss.
Right. And he doesn't have any siblings.
Right. So that's another layer.
Correct.
Yeah. So being an only child.
And so there is like a weird, and I feel like I do kind of slap it onto the family.
Yeah.
There's a weird level of like sadness that I just kind of carry around. And I think that's why I enjoy doing this so much, is this is a complete and utter immersion into trying to make you guys laugh and the listeners laugh and all this kind of stuff. But really inside, I don't know if when I get home, like, I'm not going to say I'm an unhappy person. I'm not. No. I'm a happy person. But there is a baseline sadness that I carry all the time that I would like to get better. My therapist is talking about how there's, like, we're working on the stuff on the top floor now, and on the bottom floor is what we're trying to get to.
Yeah, and I think also it's a way of, again, some people do run sadder or more down than others. And then we're also talking about tremendous life-impacting losses. But I also think, again, it's what you do with it. And I don't know how much you do this, but being able to talk about your sadness, that may not be your instinct, but that's one of the most effective coping mechanisms we have. You don't have to talk about it for hours, but being able to acknowledge
he talks about it all the time.
How you're feeling.
I'm like, suffer in silence, goddammit. That's what we all do. I do it. Everybody can do it.
I know your parents are dead.
Suffer in silence.
Yeah, do you think talking about them is going to bring them back?
But that's not how science works. Healthy, in a way that's healthy.
So is that something that I should be doing? Is asking him, like, to talk about it?
No. You are more blowjobs. I'll handle the sadness.
No, so how, as a wife...
She does it.
She does it.
Again, I think you can. I think if you're noticing something, there's nothing wrong with saying,
she does it.
I'm noticing this, or
your new
you
character.
feel really removed to me lately. Like, is something going on? Do you want to talk about it?
you've done that.
Yeah,
She'll
that's
do
really
that.
I just want to know,
helping.
like, how I
But-
can, help, because I'm like, sometimes I'm like, we can't sit in this sadness, and I miss his parents, like, greatly,
Yeah.
too. Like, it really affected me, but I'm like, I'm a very happy, jovial person, so sometimes I'm like, I need you up here.
Yeah.
Even though
Well, no, what she'll
But you-
do, and this is weird because not a lot of people do this, and we're doing a variation of this on Friday, where I wasn't in a good way, and we had a thing that we were going to, like a dinner we were going to go to, and I could feel myself getting to a point of like bickering and wanting to like poison the night, like ruin the night. I knew I
You
will
could feel it.
Yeah, well,
Can I be a therapist?
Please.
This is what I'd say. Sometimes you marry Kanye West, and then
and he makes you stand naked in the middle of the red carpet.
He's gonna do what he's gonna do. There's no changing it.
Yeah.
So then you just have to,
Sometimes you got to wear a Nazi T-shirt.
you got to get through it, and whatever
I actually
way
agree
possible.
with that.
No,
actually
you go dead
shockingly
behind the eye,
agree with you.
and then you just get through life, and then because it's all where we're going. So just make it easier. on yourself.
Well, that is
That's
a
what I-
very important point, though, is that you really can't bring him out and you can't be responsible for that. It's one thing to say, hey, here's what I'm noticing, or here's how it's impacting me. Do you want to talk? I'm here if you want to talk. But you really have to be responsible for managing your own mood. And you can't force yourself into a cheer you don't feel. So I think one of the struggles when you have a couple where one tends to run happier and one runs a little lower, which is a lot of people, is that the happier, more jovial one has to accept to a degree that, maybe my partner's going through a bout of sadness and that's hard on me to see, but it's okay.
Okay.
I'm here and it's okay. But
Yeah.
even if we have just a little bit of communication about what's happening, I'm going through a hard couple of days. I can feel myself wanting to poison the night. Even saying that is different from poisoning the night.
Well, I didn't want to. It would have been an opportunity where I would have had to talk to people and entertain and beyond.
Right.
And I didn't want to do it anymore. And what's weird is we talked about it. And were you upset with me for
No.
saying
See,
that?
there you
'Cause
go.
I told her.
He took himself out of it, and I went to do the event with Maisie,
Perfect.
and he took himself out of it. And I think we've come a long way, because I think
really good.
years ago I would have been like,
Well, we had another one.
Right.
The
Right.
Halloween. Okay, remember the Halloween party?
yeah.
And you were really mad.
And I
because
was really mad.
I
He-
was
like, I was
having
like-
an anxiety episode,
Yeah.
and she wanted me to go to this Halloween party, and I didn't want to go. And I told her, I don't really want to go to this Halloween party. And you kind of put your foot down and say, hey, go to the Halloween
Right.
party. And I went to the Halloween party, and I kind of like moped around and
Because it was
acted like a dick.
everybody with their,
Yeah.
both parents with their kid. And so if Daniel doesn't show up, I was like, this looks weird.
Yeah.
But that was like early on when
Daniel
Maisie was
doesn't show
very
up, they'll
little.
think I'm gay.
But then he left. He left halfway
Yeah.
through the Halloween party, and I was really upset about it.
Yeah, we fought about
But
that.
now I think after
you
now,
understand more.
I've learned, like, over
Yeah.
the years, like, also with dance, like, if Daniel doesn't come to a dance competition, that is fine. Like, that is just not his thing. He will watch
Right.
it online. We've come a long way in that, and me saying, no, I want him there, or something,
Right, and being able to understand it's good. What you're talking about is good to express. How important is it to you that he attends?
Let me disappoint
right, and
you
then-
before you.
We just leave him in
And
the
how-
hotel. He's bitching all the time. I can't take it
And
anymore.
what's making it hard to do it, right? You compromise based on what's really true. If you're really anxious at a 10 and him attending something is only a 5 to you, then you have the communication to understand what makes more sense for the decision.
Just stay home.
Now,
Yeah.
what did you want to say about sex?
Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about sex.
Let's
Yeah.
talk
So,
about sex, baby.
even you guys, even Crystal and Tom. So Daniel has a just insatiable
Insatiable.
libido.
Say it right. I like. Give me my credit.
It
Is this an
is-
award? Am I getting an award?
No, I'm just saying
For
you
having
want
an
it.
insatiable
Yeah.
libido.
They call
It's
me
interesting for a man of his age.
Yeah, they call
Every
me
day,
Mr. Insatiable.
That
all
has to
the
be
time.
part of the craziness.
every
Always, yeah.
every night.
It
And
would be every night, every morning, like
Yep.
every time I reach over. I'm
you'll reach
always
over
reaching.
and
I'm
touch,
always reaching.
and I'm like,
That's my husband too.
do not touch. Like, don't. And my love language is not touch or feel. And
My love language
his
is
is-
Pump City.
And I am just.
My
I don't.
love language is skin on skin, Hawaiian justice, rhythmic slapping.
So I did.
No, it's a new love language
Yeah,
we've
that's
just
my love
invented.
language.
I took a sort of a mental poll recently. I don't know, months ago, I guess.
Hey, I know what that means.
Some friends and acquaintances and strangers, and it seems like men of your age do not have the libido that you two have. And I don't know if
Because we're
you're
superheroes.
feeding off each
We're
other.
heroes. We're Orlando's heroes.
You're trying
It's
to
the TM.
outdo each other. I don't know.
We're
Are
trying
you-
to. We are trying
Daniel's always
to
had
outdo
this.
each other.
Daniel has always had this, and I'm just don't run like that.
Do you
and
know
I'm
how hard that was, Colette, with her having no sex partners? Do you know how hard it was to let her guide when I go inside her?
So, and I'm like, dude, don't you like? I tell him like, let's take some days off because he would like at right now we're like every other night. Just because
I'm loving every
just-
other.
Every other night.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Because
pretty
that's-
good. That's
I
pretty
know.
good.
I like on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
You're doing pretty well.
That's what he
Pretty
says.
well.
That's what he would be like, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and they'll be like, fuck you!
You're having a lot more sex than a lot of people.
numbers.
Yeah.
What the hell? That's superhuman.
I get a touchdown every game.
But sometimes that's just I'm just like, dude, don't you want to like crave it?
I crave it.
every day.
Yeah,
so how do
crave it
you
every
deal
day.
with like totally
Yeah, it's
opposite
like Cool Ranch Doritos.
libidos?
Crunch all you want, we'll make more.
So about
Jay Leno.
80% of couples have mismatched libido. It's so common. It's not the easiest thing to deal with,
just wanna read a
honestly.
book. I'm
yeah,
tired.
exactly. And that's what I hear women saying. And that's how I feel a lot too, right? Bedtime is it's the end of the day. You want to decompress and relax. And women don't have typically the same libido as men. I mean, we're painting in broad brush strokes. But I do think a lot of men, even much older men, even when they may
But
have
I've got
more...
stamina. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I got
I wasn't
stamina,
doubting you. I am not doubting you guys.
It's not like,
Hey, I got stamina.
it's not like you have to just let me blob you for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I could do it pretty well at this point in time. You know, I've
Wait,
been
if I'm going
doing
to allow
push-ups.
you to have sex with me, like, it better
Hurry
be
it
2
up.
minutes. Yes.
Dude, I don't need any
minutes.
secret.
Let's go.
I agree.
Hold on. You
I
make me
agree.
eat it longer than 2 minutes.
what
You
the-
make
hold
me
on,
eat it longer than 2 minutes.
Doing it.
That's
Let's.
what the girls complain about online.
Are you looking at girls? Like you're looking at influencers who are making stuff.
But I'm
spray
with
it
you.
down.
They
I'm
say they
with
love
you.
it 3
Get
times,
get it
4
over
hours a
with.
session.
It depends. It depends. Was the female already into it?
Yes.
Was she like involved and into it? Then she wants the stamina. But if it's at the end of the night and I'm slapping your freaking hand away 20 times and I finally give in, you better make it quick.
All
All right? Get the hell out.
Are you
I love it
watching?
when you slap my hand away.
You're watching the
you
females
finally
on
give in.
Pornhub.
It's like, fine. You're mad about it. I'm like, well, I can get through
Okay,
that.
that's why we're different. That is where we're different.
Because I was like, my pop-up fought in World War II. I could get through this.
He can. I can't. Like, if Andrea does
No problem.
anything, I'm such a sensitive sex
Oh, my
partner.
God.
That if Andrea, like, I swear to God, if we're, and you're bad about this, it's time for me to give my gripes. We'll be doing sex or getting ready to do sex, and then you'll, like, I don't know
I'll
where your
brain
mind
dump.
is going, and you'll be like, we got to go to Appliance Direct and look for a new freezer for the garage. And I'll be, and, and that shuts me the fuck down. I'm like, I'm out.
He'll turn over.
like, you're
Hey,
not-
that's all it took for me.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I'll say, I'm not eating it now. You're not getting this dick.
Oh, right.
I'm like, okay,
You
bye.
can tell me something
like,
horrible. That won't stop it.
Andrea's practical.
That's why. You know what? Thank you for your service. That's why I admire you.
No, but Crystal, it's not cracking the code because then he will turn over, give his back to me,
Does
and
he grump
will
and hump
crump
a
and
bunch?
hump.
Oh, you
and-
grump and hump?
Oh, he does
I
all
knew
the
you.
time.
Good. Keep that up.
No, because
He acts like a baby.
Yeah. That's why we're good.
I suffer in silence.
I do. No, I don't. I act like a baby. I deep breathe, and then I'll go.
He'll be like, you should go see a doctor. You don't have the libido.
Yeah.
Like,
Then
that's what TC tells me.
He's always like, go see Dr. Powers.
He's our sponsor, and he fixes
Because
that.
you have
Try to say things that hurts
You
us.
have to make the woman think it's a biological problem.
He's like, this is not normal. You should be into me.
That's what I say.
Why aren't you into this?
They have the hormones.
It must be be your fault.
I'm on hormones, but it still doesn't do
I
anything.
need to raise the
And
tea.
one
Yeah, give her more. Eat that. Start eating it.
Yeah, give it.
But one thing
Put it
that
right on your
might
vagina.
be
Put it right on your
helpful-
vagina.
As soon as you grow a beard, your horn is
Hold
enough
on. We
for me.
gotta let the expert speak.
Yeah, I want to hear.
I mean, just one little. I mean, this is it's such a big issue, right? It's impossible
You didn't
to
need to
distill
say
it
that.
down into one thing. But I think it is important to understand that there's a biological difference, and not just in terms of men wanting sex more than women reproductively, which is part of it. But the other part is that male and female arousal and desire work differently. Men have preset desire. They don't have to be aroused to want sex. Women have to be aroused to. We don't walk around wanting sex. So it's really
You should
very
try
different.
it. It's awesome.
So yeah, I mean that's
I want it right now.
Well, you end
it's
up
hard
having
to-
sex with hobos and stuff. Sometimes the chemicals get changed, and then some women do want sex.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
women typically want sex because something happens that makes them desire
Aroused.
sex. Exactly. So for a lot of
they
women,
got
I'm not
molested or
speaking
Just
for
shut up
everyone.
and let her talk. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, I love that this is such a lively topic. But for a lot of women, there really is truth that you need to be warmed up. And some of it is emotional. Some of it is wanting to feel more connected to your partner in order to desire your partner. And some of it is the timing. You know, sometimes at the end of the day, when a woman's exhausted
Yeah,
from
that's Andrea.
running the household and the children, and in many cases also working a full-time job, you know, a man could be in those conditions and probably still want sex, but a woman doesn't. So there's got to be some understanding for that. And what can warm things up is sometimes more physical affection, conversation, helping, offering to be a really hands-on partner.
It's not intuitive to me to think about putting the dishes away to get a blowjob.
Right. But maybe it should be.
Yeah, you're right.
That doesn't do
Maybe
it
it
for me.
can stir it up.
You know how much work I do? I'm cleaning the whole house.
Yeah, but-
Back, front, dishes.
Yeah, but what if I told you repeatedly is the only thing I want?
Show her like affection and
Yeah.
bring her
Connection.
flowers. And
Wow,
That-
good. You're on the
that's
board.
number one.
Wow,
That's
are you guys
the number
dating?
one.
No,
Connection.
I listened to her.
But
She
connection
said
is
it
the
several
I'll tell you right
times.
now, I'd watch it, and
Aphrodisiac.
so would the listeners.
We are not.
Oh.
We are not connected. Every day we are not connected.
Oh,
he
quit
is.
telling our business.
Okay, you're.
That's what this is.
Oh
No,
my
let
God.
the Dennis is embarrassing themselves.
Not connected.
But this is it. This
You come.
is this
you
is
come
the
home
biggest
from
thing.
work. You got all the worries about work. Then you sit down. You scroll TikTok for a couple hours.
That's how it is.
And then every now and then
That's
you
new.
pop up and you say, "Time's going by too fast. We're not teaching our boys to be men. We have to start doing this and this
Oh,
and this."
yeah.
And this.
And then you go out in the yard, you're showing them how to shoot guns. You're like, we have a militia now. You know, can't count on the government anymore.
No, then he gets frustrated and he goes outside and he trims his plants. And then at the end of the day, he's like, grab him a boob.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been here all day to be talked
You
to.
didn't mention all the
Nobody
I worked
talks
out
to me. All right,
in
you
between
worked out.
that.
None of that had anything
after
to do
the
with
show, you go work out, then you go home, trim your plants mad, and then grab your wife's tits.
Okay,
But what she's
And then he's like, why don't you
saying
want
is
this?
what
This
most
is not
people
normal.
say.
Most women want their men.
That's
Must
not
be your
true.
fault.
Most women do not want their men's. That is not true. My wife does not want this man's. 100%.
I do, but I don't want
You
it
hate
that
my hair and you
often.
hate my beard.
No, I don't care about it. Like you're an adult. You can do whatever you want, and he's not disgusting.
No, no.
Yeah, break it all
I'm
apart.
just saying his
Break it
hair-
all apart.
I'm just saying his hair and beard.
It's not that.
I'm a little blobby
I'm
too.
joking.
But I think what Crystal's saying, that's the biggest thing that women talk about is feeling connected. I'm not saying that's going to solve everything for every couple sexually, but it's really hard for women to want to be physically intimate if they don't feel connected.
Yeah.
And
Do you ever-
connecting is not grabbing a boob or a butt.
Right. Thank you.
you ever have,
sometimes connecting is rubbing your back for 4 fucking hours.
Have you ever seen two magnets?
Yes. That sounds great.
and then
That's connection.
And then it's magic.
Have you plugged
Yes,
in a plug?
connecting is not grabbing a boob. That's today's takeaway.
How does electricity work?
What were you saying, Crystal?
No, I just wonder if Colette ever has any clients who just get worn down and just stop wanting to connect.
Yes. Totally.
You're just like, all right.
It's called
whatever.
a burned out pursuer. And in fact, I just had a video go viral on my TikTok exactly about this. Like it got over 1 million views because I talked about
A burned
the
out
place.
pursuer.
Yes, it's a therapy term, but a lot of people haven't heard that term because it tends to be like therapists talk about this behind closed doors. It's the one place when a woman in particular, can be a man, but often it's a woman, when a woman has been trying to fight for connection, fight for the relationship, talk about what's not working, engage her partner.
Well, that's
and
what my
gets
wife does.
Nowhere. Eventually, one day, she shuts down and doesn't give a shit anymore. And that's the place
That's what
that
I'm
we
waiting for.
therapists said, there's no coming back from.
It'll be free.
Don't
no
let
coming
it
back.
get there.
No, but
don't let it
everything's
get
still
there.
the same. It's just,
and I'm not saying you're
quit
there,
trying.
but I'm saying don't let it get there.
I'm not saying you're there either, but it looks like you're there.
Oh, come
Trying
on.
to tell you.
She's trying to tell you, let's not be there.
Yeah, but then, then you get there and now you're trying to grab a boob and I'm really mad.
And Tom's over here saying, "Are we there yet?"
Yeah, like I'm connecting, right? I mean,
Colette, let me explain what I did recently.
Oh, no.
So
This is called self-sabotage.
I'm out doing my plants, and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some wildflower seeds, and then in a pot that that I'm not using, I'm going to throw the seeds in there, grow some wildflowers. That way, every couple weeks, I'll cut the wildflowers, bring them in, put them in a little tiny, because they're tiny,
they're beautiful.
in like a vase, and then put it in front of the sink. So when you're doing the dishes,
Yeah.
But
You
anyway,
could also put it in the laundry room. That's where I like to put it.
anyway, and I've been doing that for at least 2 months now.
Yeah.
And it's gotten me way less than I thought. Like
Any compliments on
But
it?
did you ask her if that's what she wanted?
Well, that's whatever, That's,
Every woman wants hand-picked wildflowers in a tiny vase.
Does she have to like clean the vase then and throw away the?
No.
Oh, you're doing it.
You do all that. You do all
No, and then there's fresh wildflowers.
I gotta tell you, that's
pretty good,
that's
right?
2 blowjobs flowers. I would blow you.
It's on the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Let me ask her. I want to know, Crystal, what you thought of that. Like, did you notice
Oh, she's
that?
laughing like it's like what a child would do. This is what a little boy would
Okay,
do.
all right. I will be 100% honest here.
Man, this is we've done a lot of bad today.
No, always 98%.
All right.
I say 97. We need that 3%.
It's just it's not gonna make me sound good, but I'm gonna just say it.
I have done a lot of bad stuff today.
There are a lot of plants in our house now, right?
Okay.
Like they're everywhere, and I love them. They're green, and and there's a lot of leaves and vines.
Everybody
everywhere.
likes plants.
Not every. Oh, I'll tell.
The kitchen counter area, like the sink, and then there's a counter that goes to the dining room, and then there's the backyard. Well, that counter is full of pots and vases and little trinkets that are holding little cuttings of things all over.
There's all of the skylights
It looks
there.
like a madman's laboratory.
So he put this little glass vase with a little, thing sticking out of it.
Like a Volkswagen bug.
I didn't know he was cutting wildflowers, that he did any of that. I thought it was just another one of his science experiment plants.
Didn't even notice.
It's obviously a wildflower.
Didn't even notice.
It looked like a weed.
How do you get a blowjob when your wife
It
doesn't
looked
notice
like
the
a
flowers?
weed, she said. I thought it was just a weed or one of these.
Well, that's what wildflowers are. They're not
out
goddamn big
there-
flower. That's bullshit.
He's out there propagating all kinds of stuff. He spends all his time outside and with his plants. So, like, why would I consider it
Oh, your
this
plants are
great
real
gesture? This great gesture that he cut one of them and put them in a vase and put it among the 100 other ones that are sitting there. I didn't know.
It was the placement. It was just bad placement. Great idea. Bad placement.
Also, I didn't ask for that. I asked for connection.
Right.
Yeah, but how do you? Let me ask you this: when your wife is asking for connection,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would know where to start. My
Put your
problem
phone
is
down.
I'm too connected. Like I'm always brain dumping air. Like, hey, Andrea, I have a hemorrhoid. Come look at my butthole. You know what I mean? Like we're so connected.
Very connected.
But there's too. It's almost.
I've never seen his butthole.
Oh, she's seen my butthole like at least 20 times.
I don't think you can be too connected.
At least
butthole,
20 times.
Butthole or not. Butthole or
Colette was
not.
horrified.
But I also think that, like,
We're being honest today. I'm trying to help Crystal out. Am I helping?
I
Look,
saw it in Colette's eyes.
She's like, I'm never coming back.
I'm not not gonna let you I'm not gonna let you ever over embarrass yourself. We'll do the embarrassing. We'll do that.
No, I mean, I think I don't think you can be too connected in the healthy way, right? Whether we're sharing body parts or whatever the heck you're talking about. But I do think it's different to different people.
Took a picture of my hemorrhoid with her iPhone.
The most, hemorrhoids is a new one for me in terms of a connection strategy. But if that's what does it for your spouse, great. It's got to start with a conversation about what would make you feel more connected, because people are different. Some people don't want to talk a lot. Some people do. But one thing that usually works, and it can lead you into the connection conversation, and it creates connection, is showing some curiosity about your partner. Like, actually, you live with this person. We start to fade into the wallpaper and dance around each other.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. He knows everything. I don't know if you knew that. There's no room for curiosity if you know everything.
Well, I don't know everything, but I know everything about this lady I've lived with for 20 years.
Being curious about each other's inner worlds and what you're feeling in the moment and what you're needing and what you're thinking. I mean,
what if you don't find
I'm glad you brought that up, Colette.
What if you don't find anything about your wife interesting?
That's how I feel.
Problem.
That's where I'm sitting.
So
That's
he doesn't find anything interesting about me.
What?
Or like me very much.
What? Come on.
Say it. What?
He likes my boobs.
Wow, I like your boobs. I like your boobs.
Listen, you know I like it. What's
the best thing? Watch this. Watch this. What's the best thing about your boobs?
That is literally.
I love this guy. This is why we should have a show together. Let's start a show.
If we're in the shower together, he'll just look at me and go.
I'm just saying how I feel.
She won't let me shower with her.
That's saying how you feel.
She won't let me shower with her. I want to take a shower.
Touch is not my thing.
He doesn't say, God, you're beautiful. He just goes, big.
That's what monkeys do. Banana. The new Donkey Kong game on Switch, I'm playing it. When he eats a banana, he goes, banana.
Men are like this. They're idiots. They're cavemen. We don't know any better. I try to tell my wife, I'm like, this is the way my brain was wired. This is the way I was born this way. And then I can't, it's hard for me to start all of a sudden like, you're like, hey, connect with me. I'm like, no, well, tell me the task.
Well, I do think you're right that it's probably hard. Yeah, but I the reason I'm getting, first of all, you don't want your spouse to feel like even if she's kind of kidding or maybe she's dead serious, I'm not sure.
Serious.
But if you feel like he's not curious about me, if your partner feels that way, that's a sign that you are not showing enough interest. Maybe you don't feel that way at all. It sounds like you don't, but show her.
Well, if she had some sort of...
Well, now I'm curious.
Okay, well, she's not interested in my shit either. Like, she never asked me about gambling or how to take care of the plants or
the weeds.
That shit
But it's not all about you. Wait, that's not your...
That shit
But I have so many interesting things
That's
to
not
talk
what you
about.
want.
But that's not what you want.
Huh?
That's not what you want. The exchange is you want sex. I want connection. So I have to give the sex, but I can never get the connection.
Yeah, but let's
see what I'm saying?
let's
And
say
I'm always the one who has to give.
And she's not necessarily saying she wants you to talk to her. She just wants you to be there in the moment.
You know
with
what's
her.
amazing? Can I pause for 1 second?
I can ask her interviewer
the phone
about.
is a huge
She doesn't
problem.
want to be interviewed. She just wants you there.
Can we pause for just 1 second? I just want to thank
present.
Colette again for coming in here. And also the fact that we get more comfortable with her. Like, we are way off the rails right now. Like, we're off in honesty land. And the chat room is loving it. And you're going to get some calls today because there's some bad stuff happening and they need help. These people need help.
Suffer in silence.
Yeah, they're all
are
there.
hard.
Like, one guy's out of state. He's like, I'm calling her now.
Can I tell Colette some bad advice that actually works? This is Tom's relationship advice that is actually toxic and horrible, but it does work.
I can't wait to hear it.
So I thought about the easiest way to keep your marriage going is to build a prison that they can't escape from.
Ooh.
In different ways, like financially, they're so tied in.
Well, you want them to be. You want them certainly financially looped on you.
Well, Daniel and I have separate bank accounts. So.
TC has no idea where any of her money is or how to access any of it.
Honestly,
so that's
Andrea
funny.
could disconnect for me in 1 hour. Like you could disconnect for me in 1 hour.
I'm an independent woman.
And that's good. That's good. And actually, what you just said is the reality that a lot of people are living in. They feel like they're trapped in a prison.
Yeah, but
So
then
that's why I'm like, ooh.
If they're married 50
Have you heard that
years
before
and
from
then
your
they
wife?
die, then it's a success. You know, you right?
Yeah,
Like,
you
you're
did your
there.
time.
But wait, I don't
Time
think.
served.
Twisted
They're
way
like
of looking
all.
at it.
It'll be like, oh these people were married for 50
I don't
years.
think being married for
That's it.
50 years is a sign of success if you're unhappy.
It's not. It's
Well,
not.
no one
and that's
knows about the happiness.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
it's
none of your
like-
business.
Yeah.
Mind your business. Are you happy? Mind your effing business. That's not your business.
Oh,
you don't
my
need to know that.
God.
Do we need to take another break? I'm just double checking.
Before we get into your
yeah.
more
Let's
relationship advice.
Let's take a break.
Yeah, okay. We'll take
all
a
right.
quick break and again, give out your information in case people are trying to track you down and they've made it this far.
You can find me at ColetteJaneFair.com. I'm in Orlando, Florida in the Baldwin Park neighborhood. And I also have a podcast, Insights from the Couch, which is for women at midlife.
Yeah, go and subscribe, ladies and guys, if you're into that sort of thing. And we will be right back. Allow me to paint you a picture of a blackened mahi-mahi sandwich, lettuce, tomato, onion, a small amount of tartar sauce, perfectly seasoned, Old Bay French fries on the bottom, piping hot. You can see the steam coming off of them, and an ice-cold margarita. And you
Oh,
can
yeah.
get that at the current seafood counter, 2 locations, College Park and also in Sanford, soon to be 3 locations. There's a new one that should be opening soon on Colonial.
I know.
We're working on that. I know all the guys over at the Current have been busting their humps to try and get their next seafood counter open. But if you like seafood, this is an easy way to get it without busting up your wallet. And it's just very casual.
Yeah, it's casual, it's counter service, but they do a really, really good job making delicious seafood, lobster
Very
rolls,
simple.
the shrimp, like Daniel said, the blackened mahi sandwich.
They've got pasta, scallops. Peel and eat is what Maisie gets. Andrea, lobster rolls.
Really good craft beer.
Po' boys.
Cocktails.
Yeah, $7 cocktails.
Yeah, it's a great hat.
And all of the northeastern beers, like think Maine, you can get a lot of those delicious nor'easter beers that you're not going to really find anywhere else. They have them at the Current.
Yeah. If you love seafood or even like seafood, I guarantee you're going to have a good experience at the Current.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, oh, it's good food, reasonable price. They have craft
They
beer,
have a
cocktails.
beer. They have a beer there that got you and I in a lot of trouble. And I've been reluctant to even mention this, but do you remember the beer Loose Cannon?
No, yeah.
Heavy Seas Loose Cannon?
Yeah.
It will blow your doors off. But
Yeah.
it's really fun. Bring your family. If your dog's well behaved, you can sit outside and eat delicious seafood in the Florida sunshine.
It's the Current Seafood Counter in College Park.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time.
So Colette's got to leave in a couple minutes, but we'll end with this. I know we've talked to you about this before, and this is a big problem of mine, and happened to us maybe yesterday. Where
You expose yourself again?
I have a problem with when someone tells me problems that they're going through. That I immediately want to solve them,
Yes.
Because I think I'm helping at that point.
I'm a problem solver because I'm an overhelper. So
You're telling me a problem and I want to solve it. Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. That's why we're business partners.
So the way that I perceived that yesterday, so TC wants to go on an overnight boat trip next, I don't know, Tuesday or whatever.
Yeah. Right when we get back from Miami.
No,
right
okay,
before
so
we
like-
leave again.
Always moving, always
So
grooving.
mid-June, we went to Sweden for 11 days. Then 3 days after we got back, we went to Satellite Beach for 4 days, or 3 days. Then 2 days after we got back from that, our friends came into town and stayed with us for 4 days. They left their dog with us, so then we dog sat the dog for 10 days. Then they came back to pick the dog up, and we're here for 3 days. Then my son left to Miami by himself. Did you tell that?
No.
No.
My
we haven't
11-year-old
talked about
left for the weekend by himself for the first time ever. And then
That one got me too, because
All right.
I was like, maybe he won't stay with me forever. maybe he is fine with leaving.
So then this Friday, we're going to Miami to pick him up, and then we're coming back on Monday, and then on Tuesday, he wants to go on a boat trip. And then on Friday, we're going to a resort for the weekend with some friends, and then
They're
school-
like
then
basically
school
back to school.
starts.
Yeah.
And I have no time to do like...
Sounds like an awesome life to me.
That sounds pretty fun. Yeah, it does sound great.
But my garage door is broken, so I have no access to my laundry right now. I have to go outside
But
to do the laundry.
adventures!
I have to do like all this 5th grade planning.
That would make
Tommy's
me
going
crazy.
to middle school
Yeah.
for the first time. I've never had a kid in middle school before. And I just feel very exhausted. So yesterday, I'm just telling him all of that, right? Like, oh, I have this and this and this. I have all this stuff to do. And then he's like, all right, well, why don't you just do this? And he gave me the answer. But what I feel is that he's trying to take he's trying to fix the problem so that I can be okay with going on this boat trip. I don't want to go.
I
Is that true? Is
Why
it
can't
true?
you be okay with her just not wanting to go? Like that, she doesn't want to go.
Well,
Why
I knew
can't-
she doesn't want to go.
Well, why can't she just get her shit done and go on the boat trip?
That's a lot.
That's what
Why
I
not?
said. Just I'll do all the work. I was on Airbnb looking at it. I was like, God damn, the swamp house. Sucks.
You're getting a swamp house? I love a good swamp house.
There's no fancy places.
The
near
best part
Astor.
of the best part of making your wife go on an adventure she doesn't love is when you show up to the shitty swamp house, right? Like that's the best part. That's the best part. And then she's already looking for other accommodations on her phone.
Oh, like,
I've had to pack and unpack
Yeah, I
so
know.
many times
Yeah, it's a
already.
lot.
So you don't
for the
want to
past
go.
6 weeks.
So you
I
just
don't want to
don't-
do it again. Now I'm going to pack to go to Miami on Friday. Then I got to unpack when I get back. Do all the laundry. Pack again to go on a boat trip. Pack the boat cooler.
What if you put your foot
all the
down?
new
Your
stuff,
Children even want to
sunscreen.
do this?
No, they want a chill day at home.
no, you don't
They
know.
want
what
one chill
They,
day.
they
Why
don't
don't-
even know what they want.
Why don't you go by yourself?
No, that's not fun.
Yes, Daniel and I I think
I-
you got to get to the point where you can do things on your own.
Yeah, I
Yep,
do
I
enjoy
agree.
doing stuff on my own, and that is a value that that Andrea and I have, and we're both. This is where we do meet in the middle, and it is more of a luxury, I will say, in our relationship because you will say, and I'd never heard this term until Andrea, but she'll just look at the three of us and we'll be like bickering and getting at each other, and she'll be like, everyone's going to their corners.
Go to your
She's
corner.
like, get the fuck out, just get everybody out of here.
Just stop it.
And she'll go do something, and I'll go do something, and Maisie will go do something, and we just like for a couple hours,
Yeah.
and we'll just like see you later, and
Right, you have to be able to have the togetherness, but also the apartness. I mean, it really is healthy you can't get your partner to do everything you want all the time, but that doesn't mean you have to prevent them from doing it. So sometimes, I mean, are you hearing what your wife's saying about how she feels and what she really wants?
I hear it,
put
Colette.
you
You
on
see what I'm
the
saying?
spot,
But-
I just
But
start
it's-
laughing every time Colette says that. I love that.
It's irrational. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear
Right,
the
you want
homeless
what you
man
want.
screaming some crazy.
Yeah, I hear a cardinal out there on a tree.
But she's not a homeless person just screaming into the void.
But he's saying he
Holy
values
shit
her
example.
opinion as much as a homeless man.
person screaming into the
That's
void.
what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm hearing.
No. But I'll do all the work. Who doesn't want to go on a boat trip?
Says he'll do all the work, but it's impossible.
Can I go?
Because if you're driving the boat, who's going to send
Can
it
I
to the
go?
kids?
I know I'm not your son.
I need someone.
It's the mental load. It's the mental
It is the
load of
mental
her.
He doesn't acknowledge the mental load.
How about you trade mental load for real load?
It's not real.
Sorry.
Loads for load.
Load for load.
Very different loads.
Maybe you don't acknowledge the mental load because you can't do two things at once. So, like, you can't comprehend that I have 30
below the
things
belt.
going
That's
on.
just now you're calling him
but I'm
R word.
No, I'm serious. He says all the time he can't do two things at once. He can't listen
He
while he's
can.
looking.
He just doesn't like doing it.
I also
So-
think it's hard to understand the mental load women carry if you haven't experienced it. I do think it's really difficult.
When he's touching his forehead like that, you know when he's touching. his
Oh, it's
forehead,
a
you know what I
lot
mean?
this episode.
That means when he's touching his forehead, he's checking for thoughts.
yeah.
And he's feeling up there to
Anything
see because he's a know-it-all. And he's like,
scrolling
I do
through.
know it all. And he's
I'm
like,
like-
yep, they're all up here.
Digging in the brain.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Well, what can I say then?
But I want to.
Tell. There's a tell.
I want to go back to his first point.
Fuck you.
His first point, real quick. I'm an overhelper, and so I totally.
You guys do that. You
I
both do
do, and back to your point that you made when you came on when we went off on this tangent. I'm like that, and I just want to be like, I'll help you.
Well, what's the solution?
I'll fix your I want to fix the problem, especially with him. Like you're feeling sad today. Okay, what can I do to fix that problem so we can move on? But I know that's not.
Yeah,
See, but
yeah.
that Andrea would make me feel rushed through my feelings.
Right.
Right.
I'm not trying to hurry through this.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
processing it.
You're trying to
I'm
share
going to
it.
handle it. I'm
know.
sharing it because you're my partner.
Right.
And I told him that I'm trying to share it with you, and he's like, "Well, I don't understand. I don't understand that." He doesn't understand. He wants to fix it, and I'm like,
I
"Stop
know,
trying
I
to
do.
hurry me through this."
I do want to
Why
fix
are you
it and
saying
move
it
on.
out loud?
Because I'm trying to connect with you.
Andrea tries to do that to
Exactly.
me. The same thing you're referencing. Exactly the same thing he's saying. And we have gotten to a point where she'll even say, like, it's almost like it has to be this blatant over the head with a bat. She'll be like, well, I don't think I can fix this, so I'm just going to go do something else and leave you to it.
Yeah.
And she just takes herself out
So
of
you have to.
it.
Yeah, you have. You
thing.
can't
So
fix
I mean,
everything.
right? You can't fix everything, and honestly, really, we need to get out of the habit of trying to fix. I do think it's a helper's mindset, but at the same time, if people really want your help, they will usually, or your advice. advice or your solutions, they'll usually ask for it. And sometimes there's a place for it. But a lot of times people want to talk about what's happening in their life and feel that you're present and engaged and that you give a shit. It's really that simple.
So am I just supposed to take it?
Yes.
What if I know
Yes.
the answer?
No.
It's not about
She
the
didn't
answer.
ask you for it.
It's about being present with her.
I'm just supposed to swallow the answer?
Swallow the answer.
To all her problems?
You're supposed
It's
to.
right there. I have it.
Swallow it all.
But I haven't, Colette. You understand? She's having a problem.
But
I
she
can
didn't
solve
want your
it.
answer. She doesn't want your
Yeah.
answer. She needs to figure it out on her own.
Yeah.
She needs to figure it out on her own.
It's the act of being able to externally process your thoughts and your feelings and feel like you have a partner who's there, who cares, who's present, who's engaged. If you want to know what your partner thinks, she'll say, hey, what do you think? Or do you think I should do this or that?
She'll never do that. I would, if I lived with you, I would never do that.
But a lot of
Daniel never
times
said that.
people just
Crystal's
want to
never
talk
said
it
that.
out.
He said, after I told him all this, and then he's like, well, why don't you just do this? And I walked away. He goes, what is wrong with you?
That's how I thought.
That's something that.
That's the first thought that came to my mind, which I gotta turn that off.
You're just going to
We
have
got
to
a lot of turning off to do.
What if he said, like, I hear what you're saying. Let me know if you need.
I hate it when you do
Help
that
with
to
that.
me.
What?
I'm just going to be
I don't
honest in
know.
front of
How are
Colette.
you supposed
When
to-
you do the bullshit where you're like, you are heard, you are validated. I'm like, so
how am I supposed to?
That's not real.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
some
like,
weird
fuck
shit.
you.
Well,
I hate that
all I want-
garbage. I'm like,
That's
I hate it.
All I want you to do is say, like, God, that's a lot.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I get it.
Validation.
That's a lot on your
so
plate.
me saying that you're
Validation.
heard
You're
is
juggling
not
a lot of things.
Is not
I don't like
validating
that.
it.
What do you-
I
when
think
you
it's
say
gotta
that, I
be
think
authentic. I think if you're feeling stressed about not, like, a lot of times my husband's a problem solver and I can see him trying to talk himself out of offering suggestions because I personally really don't like it. It feels very disconnecting for me and activates me. It's like a trigger for me.
Oh, yeah.
So I,
it's a trigger.
yeah, so I can
So
see
you gotta
him
stop
going,
that.
Can we
don't
fix that?
solve problems, don't solve problems. But another good thing to do from the partner side, since everybody wants something different, and some people, most people, do feel stressed about not giving answers or fixing, is to just say, hey, I want to talk about something. This is what I say to my husband. I want to talk this out. I want to say what I think. I just want you to be here and listen. I don't want you to start offering suggestions or telling me what to do because
Yeah.
that's going to, like, irritate me.
It irritates me already to have to preface.
But you know
I
that's how
almost
he
threw
is.
the microphone really far. I just
Wow, we're
became
getting somewhere.
extremely
That's called a
angry.
breakthrough.
Like, why do I have to tell you if you know everything about me?
Well, no.
Why?
He knows everything.
No, he said I know everything about this lady I lived with for 25 years.
Yeah. This
Then
has
why
happened
don't
a
you
lot.
know
I
that?
don't know why I'm not learning my lesson.
Because our brains go back to our default.
If I admit she's going through a lot, I can't go on my boat trip. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
the lies unravel.
Right?
And then the whole.
If you validate
everything
her,
unravels.
maybe you don't get what you want.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
We're gonna have to do a part two.
Colette just came in and
Well,
just straight. She just straight ninja chopped
You
us.
ruined my boat trip, Colette.
We're gonna have to do a part two with Colette because this has
Yeah.
been.
I would love
amazing.
to.
This was spot on. Thank you. That
so
was
fun.
a great place to end. That is fantastic.
How can people find your podcast?
My podcast is insightsfromthecouch.org. And if you want to work with me, you can find me at ColetteJaneFair.com.
Yeah, people are. We put it. Put
Somebody
a link
already
in the chat
emailed her.
room. Yeah,
She said,
we got a couple people that have already emailed you,
Oh, that's so
possibly
nice.
wanting to switch to you from a different person, maybe. you know.
Also, if you're looking to buy or sell your house, Crystal Van can help you out with that. BartTheRealtor.com. Bart and Crystal will help you throughout your journey of selling or buying a property.
You might have a really difficult property to sell, but trust me, Tom will figure it out and tell Crystal how to do it. And, right? Do you guarantee that?
Well, at this point, she's told me so many different scenarios. I'm like, I get the gist. I can do this tomorrow.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. I'm not doing no open house.
I was trying to get in front of
Never.
it.
You want to open a house? No, do it yourself. I'm not doing that.
Well,
so
they're
some
not
bums
gonna pay you.
could get some cookies. Oh, I'm sorry.
Back that up a little bit.
No, this is my thoughts.
All right, this is his real estate.
This is my thought. Yeah, Crystal
Empire.
will actually do work for you. Anyway, sorry.
Andrea, anything to plug?
Nope, I'm great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next time we talk to Colette, we'll discuss how mad I am that my wife is going away to France for a business meeting. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't get to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't get to go.
Just do it. Just go.
No, I'm sick of banking shows. I got to sit
Andrew
here.
gets to go to the south of France and enjoy.
But I'm working the whole time. But anyway, we'll get back into that
Yep.
next time.
All right. Anything else?
That's it. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
This is all jokes and funny to you, huh? You can take it up with legal. Have a good day.